Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I seen this thing where it was talking on like that campaign Stop Killing Games. It was a tweet tweeted out by pirate_nation, where it goes on to read out, because I did read a little bit of it. And so it goes on to read out, the video game industry is lobbying against Stop Killing Games. California is considering a new law called AB 1921, also known as the Protect Our Games Act. If passed, the bill would apply to paid digital games sold after January 1st, 2027. It requires that if a company shuts down the online services needed to play the game normally, it must give players 60 days notice and either release a patch so the game can still be played or offer buyers a full refund. The bill does not require companies to keep servers running forever. It simply prevents them from making a game unplayable without warning, or a solution for those who already paid for it. The Entertainment Software Association, the main group representing video game companies in the United States, is lobbying against the bill. Their arguments are basically the usual ones. Games are licensed, not owned. Online services are complicated. Third-party licenses expire. Security risks exist. This could be hard or expensive to enforce. Supporters of the bill, including the Stop Killing Games campaign, say this is basic customer protection because when you buy a game, it should not suddenly stop working with no remedy. The bill gives companies clear options and applies only to future games. A hearing is scheduled for this Thursday in the California Assembly Appropriations Committee. If you are a part of an organization in the United States, especially in California, you can submit a letter of support to the committee. This is an important step for betting rights for players who buy digital games. Here's the thing, because that's one thing that I didn't understand, and I feel like this conversation, it really got brought up when Ubisoft had shut down The Crew. So for those that don't know about that, so yes, The Crew was an online only game. Why? I don't know, because I had played that game entirely by myself, and that was the main part, at least for me, was the story. When I played, my thing is this: if a video game has a story mode, I focus on that, and then I focus on multiplayer stuff afterwards. So, and my thing is this too, because they did add an offline mode to The Crew 2. Why they didn't do it to The Crew 1? I have no idea. But anyways, they just randomly decided we're going to shut this game down. And I'm thinking to myself, there's people getting into video games every day. And then if they stumble upon your guys' games, but it's like, oh, there ain't no way possible of playing the first one, because I don't even think it's available to be played either on the Xbox 360. And I think that was when the game, actually, no, I take that back. It came out at the same time, but they did release an Xbox 360 version. Now, I don't know if that would be possible, because I would imagine it'd be something like Destiny, where it's like, okay, if the servers are shut down for the 360, you ain't gonna be able to play that game. The servers are shut down. So, but they did do that. They just randomly woke up one morning, was all like, hey, we're gonna shut down The Crew 1. So pretty much if you did pay for the game or buy it, then it's gone, but thank you for the money. Us gamers are not trying to hear that. And then so that was one thing that I did see where it just, it really is upsetting, to a gamer, is that it goes on to say games are licensed, not owned. So my question is, all these video games that I bought from this retro game store, and I know people are going to be all like, those are physical games. A video game is a video game. I don't care if it's physical, phantom, digital. In my mind, if I own this video game, I don't care how I own it. The game is mine. I gave you guys money. You gave me a game in return. If that's the case, if I'm paying for a license, then the game needs to be cheaper. And that's the thing. Developers aren't going to do that. They're not going to lower the price of their video games. But I'm thinking to myself, there are all these different video games that I played throughout the years. Like, I did start doing that. I was just getting to a point in time where I was tired of the games that was coming out now. And so, I did start shopping at this retro game store. And I mean, they had a bunch of different classic games in there. Games that I grew up playing, games that I never got a chance to play. Like, there was a lot of different games that I did get, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, and it's upsetting because, like, there's no way possible of playing these games. It's not like developers are making it, these games, like, every time a new console comes out, you have to go get you, and that's the thing. I know my PlayStation 3, I've had it since I think I got it when I turned 11, I believe. I'm 29 years old, okay? So that's, I think because I got it in 2007, I believe. So, yeah, well, wait a minute, because I think the math, either way, regardless, it's an old console. I have the original PlayStation 3, the fat ones and stuff, not the small ones, that very first PlayStation 3 that ever released, the one that's capable of playing PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games, all right? But it's on its last leg. I know it's on its last leg. I haven't played it recently, but I know it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, I've ran my course. I did what I needed to do as a gaming console. My time is coming. Like, and it's sad to think that, because I'm like, man, you know, I literally grew up with this thing. You know, I did give it away for a little bit, but I did reacquire it once when I started getting into retro video games and stuff. So, and I know eventually it's going to be the same with my Xbox 360, although I do have the Xbox 360 where it was the second to last model, the Slim, I believe that's what they called it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point in time that's going to stop working. And that's the thing where it's like, you know, you have all these different video games. They're coming out with these new consoles. Like, they are going to be coming out with a new Xbox and a new PlayStation at some point in time. And what's confusing is that they're not making these devices capable of playing all. They're just making it to where, like, some of the old games are played. But I don't know. I think that they are trying to reopen that backwards compatible thing with Xbox. PlayStation, on the other hand, the only way you're capable of playing the old game is if you subscribe to their service and live stream the game. So my thing is this, right? Because I know with me, I didn't have Wi-Fi up until like 2010. So there was a lot of games I was playing where I had to play them offline. Imagine you're playing a video game, right? A PlayStation 3 game on your PlayStation 5. And for some odd reason, your Wi-Fi just cuts out or shuts down on you. You're in the middle of a game and the Wi-Fi just shuts down because you need an internet connection to play these games. Like, it's not like how it is on Xbox when you can download a game and then you can play it. No, on PlayStation, you have to be subscribed to their PlayStation Plus service, and then you have to have an internet connection. But if the internet connection shuts down, I would imagine, just like how anything else would that requires an internet connection, it's also going to shut down. That's why I'm like, man, you know, I've gotten to a point in my life, and I thought I would never reach this point, where I'm like, fam, I'm honestly a little bit sick of where the video game industry is at right now. And Ubisoft, I'm like, man, I can go on and on and on about them. And I mean, I have in the, you know, past couple, I feel like I've been talking about them for a while. I'm like, I don't think it's been no couple of months. I'm like, I feel like it's been like some years and stuff. Because, no, it's like when you look at companies like them where it's like, you guys charge all this money for your video games, and then at some point in time you lower the price of these video games, and then you have it set up where it's like you shut the game down. Because I'm like, okay, everybody that's enjoying the Division right now, right? They're enjoying the Division, and that's the thing, they're never going to add an offline mode to the Division. They're never going to have it where the game is meant for the player. It's like, and that's the thing where it's like, you're talking about the video game being licensed. I'm not paying for a license. I'm paying for a video game. And that's the thing, when you look at all of the old Ubisoft games, all those games are still playable. You could play Advanced Warfighter. You could play Rainbow Six Siege. You could play Splinter Cell series and all the other different, you know, Ubisoft games. Assassin's Creed. I'm trying to think of some other Ubisoft games. I even went out and got that first Avatar game that they came out with. And my thing is this. What makes it different, you know, from a digital game? And that was the whole reason on why even buying digital games, because it was like, okay, it's hard to figure out where a physical game is at. So I'm like, okay, you go out and and that's because, at least for me, that's what digital gaming was. Like, so let's say, for an example, Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, right? You want to get a physical copy of this game. but you can't. You went to Best Buy, sold out. You went to Target, sold out. GameStop's sold out. I'm trying to think. Walmart sold out. Where are some other stores that I can think of? JCPenney sold out. There was like, we don't even sell video games, but we know Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a big game. Honestly, that would be kind of crazy though, where it's like clothing stores has started selling video games just because like, yeah, because I feel like with Grand Theft Auto 6, when that game comes out, we're going to see Macy's selling Grand Theft Auto 6, Nordstrom's, what else? I feel like where's some other Victoria's Secret? They're going to be some women in there buying lingerie, and they're gonna be like, yeah, this is the video game section now. And I'm like, get a whole lingerie set, get Grand Theft Auto 6 half off. Why would that be a thing? I got this sitting down and thinking about that. I'm like, that just seemed like that would be kind of odd. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, if you can't find it nowhere else, then I don't know, man. I don't think I could do no stuff like that. There's like, yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, that's why I got digital games. You ain't gonna catch me off up in no Victoria's Secret buying no video game. No, I'm sorry, but I'm like, it's just certain boundaries you just don't cross, and that's one of them. Me as a grown man, I just don't, I don't belong in there. I'm like, yeah, if I'm with somebody and I'm like, okay, that's her business. I'm just here for moral support. But other than that, I'm like, yeah, by myself, that's gonna look kind of weird. I feel like, might get like, a call, letting me know that I've been trespassing, banned from wherever it's stored. But anyways, jokes aside, when you go to a store and a video game is sold out, you buy it digitally. Because I'm like, I know there's been times where I'm like, okay, video game ain't sold at this store, it ain't sold at this store, let me just go ahead and buy it online. But to think that I wouldn't be able to, and my thing is this, okay, so if you buy the physical copy of The Crew, are you capable of playing it? Because I feel like whether you buy the game physically or digitally, it ain't gonna matter. They still gonna have it set up, especially how video games are today. It ain't like how it was back in the day. You could just put a game in a console and start playing it. No, they have it set up where, so for those that don't follow gaming right now, like you haven't played video games since the PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 era, like you kind of just faded into, other areas of life. But no, how they have it set up, they kind of have it set up like digital games where you buy the disc, you put the disc in the console, you have to wait for it to download. There ain't no such thing as you can take the disc out and then dispose of it or whatever. No, you have to have the disc in order to play the game. But let's say you take the disc out, you can't play the game no more. Now, I guess that's how it overall was. But my thing is this: if I'm downloading the game, right, it should be downloaded onto the Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. Why does it have to be on some stuff where I'm like, okay, the game's already... And I guess maybe they're doing that because they're all like, all right, we know people would just run a scam and have it set up where they download the game and then they just sell the disc somewhere and stuff. So it's like they just pretty much, not in a way getting the game for free, but they're, I guess, if they sell it to GameStops or something, then it's like they probably only will pay half the price or whatever. But why not just have it set up where you just put the game in the console and play it like how it was before? Like, that was one thing about gaming that I just never understood. Why did you guys change that? There was no reason to change that. Nobody asked for that. So, but yeah, why it's just why? And I just remember when the PlayStation 4s, when they came out for the first time, because they had it where it didn't have that 5 gigahertz setting. It had a 2.4 gigahertz setting. So for those that don't know the difference between that, pretty much to simplify it, 5 gigahertz is a lot faster than 2.4 gigahertz. If you're downloading a game at 5 gigahertz, depending on the video game, let's say it's a 20 gigabyte video game, and you have a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi and a 5 gigahertz PlayStation, then overall, yeah, it's going to probably take maybe, I'm trying to think, hold on for a second, let me open up Steam real quick and just kind of find a 20 gigahertz game that I've seen people were playing this game. Hold on, I'm gonna add this game to my wish list just to see what it was about and stuff. But anyways, what 20 gigahertz game do I have? Was this a 20 gigahertz game? It's a 37. Okay, so Firefighting Simulator Ignite. Let's just say it's a 30 something gigahertz game. So how long will it take? So it says 10 minutes to download this game, because I am using I got top of the line Wi-Fi, internet, PC, all that stuff. So if you were to use a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi box and then 2.4 gigahertz PlayStation, it will take you some days to download the game. Like I remember when I very first got my PlayStation 4, it was because I think it was the video. What game was it? It was some video game. It was all the video games, actually. I'm talking about some. It was all of them. I would have to have my PlayStation on, but in a sleep mode, just so the games can download. So like if because I guess I never really was sitting down thinking about that with my Xbox. My Xbox One at the time, games downloaded pretty fast, and so I never had that problem with my Xbox. But with PlayStation, yeah, you'll go and download the game, come back later, and then just be like, oh, okay, it should probably be like halfway done or something like that. 2%. Fam, I went outside for a walk. I came back in. I watched me some YouTube videos. I took me a nap. I went to go use the bathroom. I went back outside because I thought I had heard something or seen something in the sky or something. Watered the grass, figured out since I was already outside. So that's going to most likely take some hours. What do you mean the game is only at 2%? That to me, that never made any sense. So I never understood the whole idea of buying a game and then having to download it with the disc and stuff. But either way, it ain't gonna make a difference, because I imagine that there's somebody out there with a physical copy of The Crew, because I think there were physical copies of The Crew. Hold on for a second. Let me see on Amazon real quick if they have physical copies, because I don't think that was because it was on the Xbox and all that stuff. So hold on for a second. Let's see. Yeah, there was physical copies of that game. I don't know. Like, maybe it might be on some stuff where it's like if you have a physical copy, I just haven't seen it, and I don't have a physical copy of The Crew, but I don't want to waste my money on that game and then buy it and I can't even play it and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's sadly the risk nowadays of buying certain video games, because a person that doesn't know about that, they buy that game and then the game, they can't play it because they shut the servers down. You realize how messed up that is? So that's why I'm like, them trying to fight against that. Why is that? Why is it that you guys are trying to fight against that when that was never the case before, when it was PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, 3 games? It seemed like we got into this new era of gaming, and then that's when you guys just wanted to start scamming people. Because if you're on some stuff where it's like, oh, it's, we're licensing video games, you don't own the game, you guys shouldn't be getting my money then. So that's why I'm like, that's why they're so, they're like, okay, either add an offline mode or give me my money back. Because there's games that I have where I'm like, I haven't played those games in years because the games aren't playable. So that's why, I just think that this Stop Killing Games Act, it definitely, it needs to be a lot more bigger than where it's at, and this like law, or this, because what do they call it? It's like 1923 or something like that. Well, hold on for a second. Let me see if I can find that tweet. AB 1921. Yeah, that's a law that I fully 100% support, and they're talking about security risk and all this other stuff. Then it's like, okay, my thing is this. If it's a game where you can easily add an offline mode, then do that. But if not that, give people their money back. So it's like, to me, I just feel like that's a security risk on my bank account, where you guys get a hold of my money, give me a video game, but then you take it away from me at some point in time. That's a security risk alone. So that's you guys is trying to defend it, but I'm like, fam, there ain't no defense for that. There ain't no defense for that at all. And I just know it's either going to be a developer or somebody that's trolling that is going to try to come up with some defense. So it's like, okay, my thing is this. Let's say it's the other way around, right? You put in all this work for a video game, I give you guys money, but let's say 5 years down the road, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need my $69.99 plus tax back. Because, it's my money is licensed. It's not money that you guys rightfully was given to you. You don't own that money. This is licensed money. So due to this, it's like AB, this CD 1922 law, I'm entitled to get my money back. Yeah, you guys will be flipping out over that. So that's why I'm like, I'm not hearing nothing about that's how video games wasn't like that when I got into them. If I had known what I know now about video games, I probably would wouldn't have gotten into gaming. But I know I did say that though. If the PlayStation 6, if it's not capable of playing all PlayStation games, the 5 is gonna be my last PlayStation. I probably will get the next Xbox, because I know they did say that you would be capable of playing your Steam games, and then Epic Games, and I'm trying to think, just playing a bunch of different games on there. So at least they're trying to improve with that. Hopefully I am still capable of playing my old games too. But and then it just seems like you get a little bit more with Xbox Game Pass versus with PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus, it just seems very limited and stuff. So, but anyways, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.